Hello, crafty friends. It is Anne with Whimsically Knotted coming to you on what is today? Today is Thursday. I normally come on in the mornings, but we had another doctor's appointment, so I had to switch it to the afternoon. But I am glad you are here, and I'm glad we can hang out and create together. Let me pull us up on my iPad. That way I could see what you see. And it will help me with comments, because sometimes we can see comments on the phone. Sometimes we can see them on the iPad. There we go. We are going to be working on wood stars that I got from Craft Deals. And I don't even know how thick they are, how big they are. They are about 1/2 inch thick. And the biggest one is 6 inches. Then we have a middle one. The middle one is 4.5. And the baby is 3 3/4. Those are good sizes, and I'm going to put these back where they belong. We are also going to be using the Patriotic Silhouettes. This is the new set, and I know my camera is backwards. This is the new set that will be available tomorrow on the Essential Stencil page and the, oh my goodness, the app. And we will talk about these word stencils just a little bit. I don't think I'm going to use them, but I want to show you that you could if you wanted to. So let's get started here. And we will also use some napkins. But let's get started with painting these. And I am going to use, which one is this? This is, cannot remember the name of the color. Well, that's helpful. It's from Country Chic. Oh, no, not this. Right here. Country Chic. It is vanilla frosting. Ugh. That bottle was my glue. I'm a little off, to say the least. Just a little off today. But that's okay. You don't have to have perfect days all the time. All right, these two, I am going to paint in that color. The little one, we're going to paint blue. And I'm just going to use this brush right here. And we'll just paint these. One thing on these stars, don't think it's a defect. See how all of these have points? Except for these two, they are flat on the bottom. That's so you can stand them. So this is always your bottom. They cut the tip off so they can stand. So keep that in mind. They are not defected. Well, let's paint these up real quick. I have a hair in my plate. Well, that's just great. I'm telling you, the devil is trying to keep me from making something today. My back is out of whack again, or still. It never did get completely better. But it just seems like the devil is trying to get to me, but we won't let him. Nope. And if you're watching this on replay, please still comment, do the thumbs up, the hearts. Sprinkle the whimsy out, which means share the videos, especially if it is something that you really like, so that other people that are interested in creative things like this can join. I love to share with others, so I would love it if we can spread this out. Always fun when others can join in. I will paint the back sides. The other sides is where the napkins are going to go on, so I will paint those all in this color as well. So once this is dry, I will paint the other side. Hello, Barb. How are you, my friend? It's been a while. Hope you are doing well. And I am going to paint one side of this in the light color and the other side is going to be blue. Because we're going to put a napkin on one side. So that one side is going to be in this cream color, and this is country chic paint, vanilla frosting. Missed the spot. Go ahead and do the other side, and then we're gonna paint the sides. And I've pulled out some really pretty napkins to go on the back side of these. That way they are two-sided and you can mix and match the sides. And we will rustic them up a little bit. You know, I like the rustic vibe. I about grabbed my Mod Podge up again. My goodness. I'm bound and determined to get Mod Podge in here. Glad you guys could hop on today. I know I am not at my usual time, but hubby had another appointment today, so I had to change the time. And I appreciate you guys being so flexible with me. I don't like changing the time if I don't have to, but sometimes you just can't help it. Because we got to take doctor's appointments as they come. I'll go ahead and dry this one. And then we'll do the sides. One side will have a stencil and the other side will have a napkin. And that way they're versatile. You can use them year round and you can change them up. Let's go ahead and finish this one out. I just like when all the sides are done, and I love double-sided projects. And again, this is going to be the new release that is coming out, a part of the new release that is coming out tomorrow on the site and the app. They are all in stock, and they have a patriotic bundle. They have a coastal bundle. There is a summer bundle with strawberries and ladybugs, which is really cool. And my favorite is the patriotic bundle. And there are several that I like out of that one. And the coastal bundle also has a word stencil in there with the words like we've had in the past. And those are always good to get because you can mix and match them with other things. It's always good to have. Very versatile. There is several stencils that you can use parts on other stencils, combine them. And that's what I like to do. I like to combine stencils together. And basically, you're just making a new scene. You're making a new design. And I just love doing that. I was trying to get all these sides done really good. Making sure I get all the extra paint off. Like I said, we will distress this, so we'll make it all ruggedy and beautiful. And if that is not your style, then you just leave it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do the vintage style. You don't have to do the rustic or the distressed look. Need a little bit more paint. Which one is your favorite out of the new set? Oh, and you can buy the sets individually. You can buy just the coastal bundle. You can buy just the patriotic bundle, or just the summer bundle. Or get this, you can buy the whole thing. You can buy all three together in a set. They have a set, and all the bundles are discounted. I believe they're available for about a week. Everything's in stock, so it'll ship right away. And you can still use my code WK21 on top of that and get you an extra discount. Everything is available individually as well, so if you don't need a whole set, or you don't have room for a whole set right now, then you can get them individually. And I will show you, if we have enough time at the end, there is an amazing oh goodness, my brain, an amazing transfer set, patriotic transfer set that is similar to the previous transfer set that was just re-released or restocked. And it is amazing. It has mason jars on there and flowers, and one set there is just stems in the jars, and you can add your own flowers to it. So if you wanted to, I make fabric flowers, I could use my fabric flowers to put on those stems. You can put paper flowers on there. You can use flowers from real pressed flowers or fake flowers and put them on the stems. These sets have a lot of possibilities. I mean, there are so many options, things that you can do with those. And I'm just tickled with them. And we will create a little bit of patriotic too. I mean, patriotic coastal. Even though I am not at the coast, but there are some really cute things in there. And some things you can repurpose and do something different with it. And I also want to say a thanks to you for your thumbs up, your hearts, and stars. If you are so inclined to give me some stars. Those are like a little tip for my creativity and for me spending time with you, sharing things, encouraging and uplifting. And if you like that, you can pass out some stars and they will just help me to get more things to create with. Maybe a napkin, or maybe a brush, or maybe sometimes just a cup of coffee. Sometimes I just need some fuel. So that is very appreciated. And you can do that with all of your creators. You can give them stars, and you can give stars on posts, reels, and lives, on videos, replays. So don't think it just has to be on a live. If you see a post from a creator that you absolutely love and you want to give them a little tip, a little incentive, by all means, just give them a star or two. And it doesn't matter whether you're live or whether you're doing that on replay. It's just saying things and appreciating what they do. I'll say I knew I missed a side, but I couldn't figure out which side it was that I missed. All right, I think I got them all done. I'm going to go ahead and do the insides on this too. Whoa, a little much. I didn't need that much to come out, but I sometimes have a hard time seeing where I need to paint. And again, these stars came from craft deals. And the color I'm using is vanilla frosting. Excuse me for just 1 second, please. If I swallowed a fur ball or what? All right, let's dry these real quick. And then we got to add the blue to the other side of the little star. We'll sand these back a little bit. And the blue, I am going to use Prussian blue. That is one of my favorite blues to use for a muted patriotic color. Move these out of the way, because if I don't, probably going to end up with blue on them. See what a pretty blue that is? And if you're watching this on the replay, ladies, please let me know that you watched on the replay. Let me know if you are new. I welcome you. If you have any questions or need anything answered, just please let me know. Hopefully you'll be able to see good. I'm trying to make sure that I don't go over the edge, that I am staying within the shape. I think this is going to turn out really pretty. You can make these in bright blues and reds. I just like this tone, but you could pick any blue that you like and a red that goes with it in order to create the patriotic colors. Whatever fits your decor, whatever fits your preference. And it's a good thing that we all don't like the same thing. Life would be pretty boring if we all would like the same thing. That's why the Lord created us all unique and different, just like the stars in the sky. All the stars are different, and so are we. That is pretty. I have to make sure that I don't have any blue on my hands that I'm going to transfer. I am going to take my 80 grit and just quickly go over it just to knock over the rays, because you guys know that when we paint, we raise the grain up, and we're just going to knock that off a little bit. Do it on both sides. Same with the medium one. And if you missed me this morning, we were at the doctor's office. So that's why I wasn't here this morning. It's seems like that is the norm here lately. And the last one. I'll have to put another coat on there because I removed some of the paint. But that's okay because I am going to sand some of this back anyway. Let's dry that one more time. Oh, that's this one dry a little bit. And when you create with these, make sure you remember to look to where your feet are on these. So let's work with the big one. We're going to take the stencil and let me look the way these is laid out. This is the way it goes. But I am just going to use part of it. I was looking to see that it was in the middle. And we're going to make us some red stripes. And I am going to use one of these brushes. And I'm going to use deep burgundy. And if you are ordering anything from Essential Stencil, keep an eye out on these brushes. Essential Stencil has 3 sets of brushes. They have the regular stencil brushes that have the flat top. They come in a 4-pack. They have the dome brushes that come in a 4-pack. And then they have the what are they? The detail brushes, and they come in a 6-pack. So keep an eye out if you want a good brush for stenciling and detailing. And I am just loading the brush, very little paint on there. And then I'm going to take it and I am going to offload it because I don't need a ton of paint on here. And I am just going to hold my stencil down. And I'm okay if it doesn't cover completely because I am going to put some stain over top of this. Like I say, I am going to antique this. Now I'm going to have to move my stencil down to get the other parts. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure there's nothing on the back side, which there isn't. And I'm just going to line up my stencil. And then just get me a little bit more paint. And do that side. I'm going to move it down one more time because you know what? I am going to leave it. I'm going to leave it just like that. And that's what we have for right now. The top is going to be blue. And I am going to cheat. I'll turn this around. I'm going to take this on here and use this as my line to paint my blue on. And again, I am not doing full coverage. Oh, that turned out good. That turned out good. Might go a little bit deeper here. And then we're going to take our star field. And let me see which way they got this cut. I have the little stars on the top. And you know that it is the right side up if your points are to the top. I've got white paint on here. I cannot tell which way is the right side and the wrong side, so I am just going to lay it on here. And then we're gonna take a little white, and I am just gonna use that little brush, a little dome brush. Need a little bit more paint. And again, this is not going to be completely covered because I want it to be a little bit distressed. And that is perfect. Now I'm going to move it over so that I can get the rest of the stars on here. And all I'm doing is I am lining these stars up. I'm going to have to move that one again. And that's what we have so far. I like it. I'm going to distress it here in just a moment. I'll go ahead, since I have the white out, and do this one. And again, I have to do this in stages as well. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to do a light coat first, and then I'll come back and do a little bit heavier coat. It's always good to do less. You can always do another coat and intensify the color than to have bleed under your stencil. The most important thing with stenciling is offload, offload, offload. Have very little paint on your brush. And again, I will distress this just a little bit. We're going to shift it up and do the top part. There we go. Couldn't get it lined up, but I had to move the stencil to a different position to get it lined up correctly. That's way too much paint on here. So I'm just going to tap lightly because I have way too much paint. And I'm going to add one more down here. Whoop. Well, it just looks a little bare down there, so I'm just going to add one. Now we're done with the star fields. Making sure I got these laying the right way. On this one, we're going to add these stripes. And again, I am doing the same thing. I am laying it on to where it is even with this horizontal line. And these will be red stripes again. So we use our red brush. And again, we are not doing full coverage because I'm going to come over it with some antiquing wax or stain. Should we do antiquing wax or stain? I didn't line this up right. Darn it, that's okay. These are rustic stars. It's okay if they're not lined up right. Should have lined this up in the middle and I didn't. Well, that's okay. It happens. So we'll just line it up right here. See what I mean? It's not in the middle. I goofed. I should have moved this over a little bit more, but it's okay. It is perfectly okay. This is our perfectly imperfect. I am going to get my Valspar antiquing glaze. I don't have any wipes up here. I forgot to bring them. So I am just going to use a brush and wipe them on and wipe it off. And I'm just going to use an old brush, what are these called? Stencil brush, an old stencil brush. And if I had a baby wipe or a Clorox wipe, I could lighten this up. Because all you got to do is use water, and then you can make the stripes lighter again. You don't need much. You can also do this with stain. It'll look just as pretty with stain. Because all we're doing is we're just antiquing it, aging it out. And you can do as much or as little as you want to. And then this is our last one. Ooh, I got way too much. I picked up a lot. And it darkens the color too, not just the light, but it also darkens the black with the blue. Mm. And then we can take our sander. I need a new piece of sandpaper on my Gator sander. That's why that one is kind of used up. And this is 80 grit. Just rough it up a little bit. There's our blue. There's our stripe. And then we have the whole thing. And we can do the same thing here. We can sand the edges off a little bit. But we can do that later. Let's get to our napkins real quick. And if you don't like that much darkness on here, you can literally bring a little bit of that color back out. Gotta make sure I got these the right way again. Okay, this goes this way. This one goes this way. This one goes this way. Let's do the big one first. Let's cut it out first. I am using this pretty paper, but I want to get the just the bird. So I'm going to use my water pen. Now I'm going to cut around my bird. I've already took all the plies off, so all we got is our bird now. I'm using my plaid decoupage brush. Need a little bit more. Got a little bit more, and go ahead and make sure that he is down. Got a little bit more. You don't want to use too much. And that is good. Put a little bit of heat to it. See if the other side's still good enough. I need to put a new piece of sandpaper on here. We'll just sand the edges off. I need to touch that up with a little bit of the white. Got a little bit of something on here. There we go. I'll just paint over this a little bit. And once this is fully dry, I'll go over it with a piece of sandpaper. I was thinking, I don't know if that's... Going to add a little bit of blue to the edges right here. To dress it up a little bit. That way it doesn't look like our bird is floating on a star. Almost looks like one of those Delft pieces. So we got that on one side and that on the other side. Let's go to our little one. That is out of this napkin, and all I did is I traced out that star. I'm putting the Mod Podge all the way to the edges because I don't know exactly how much that star will cover. So I wanted to make sure I had enough in all the places. So I am covering this whole star. Gotta make sure I got my feet correctly. And again, I used my water brush to put that on, to take the star and get it out of the napkin. I can't talk today, ladies. I used my water brush to go and get the rigid edges. Hope you guys are enjoying it. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to take a little bit of that blue and go all the way around. It just gives it that little bit of extra. It doesn't make it look like the star is floating. It is grounding it. It is framing it out. There's still plenty of paint left in this brush. I thought that little star fits perfectly. The napkin star fits perfectly on this little star. Oop, upside down. So we have that star field on one side and that star field on the other side. Last but not least, that one will get some stripes. I'm going to put the stripes on this way. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for the hearts, the thumbs up, the stars, the comments, the sprinkles. I appreciate it when you guys sprinkle out the whimsy so that others can see what we're creating and enjoy the same things you are enjoying. Because you never know with me what you're going to get. Sometimes a little spastic. But I love creating from the heart. I love creating pieces that have meaning. Okay, I got to lay him the right way, so... Nope, I did not take the backing off of this one yet. Sometimes you can just blow on it and it comes apart. I didn't see me struggle. I know I can use tape, but I know I've seen that it had come apart already. I am trying to line up that blue right there, that blue line. So now that it took me a minute, I am going to have to add some more Mod Podge to this. It's what happens when you don't work quick enough. But I thought I had that backer already off, but I didn't. Make sure you get all the little edges. Here's another edge I didn't get. I am going to take my scissors and cut into it. That way it'll be easier to sand off. Hope you enjoyed today's double-sided stars. Like I said, I love creating pieces with meaning. Oh, I forgot this side. And patriotic means a lot to me. My husband and my son were in the military, and we go to the VA several times a month. So it just means a lot. And to me, it's something that can be out all year long. It is not something that can just be put out for Memorial Day, 4th of July. You also have Flag Day and Military Appreciation Day. You have Veterans Day, Labor Day. There's just so many other days that you can display your patriotism, support your veterans, those that are in service, those that have retired, or those that are disabled. I will put another coat of Mod Podge over top, but I'm not going to do this while we are on live. You don't need to be seeing that. You know how to put Mod Podge on top. Plus my back is hurting, so I'm going to sit down or lay down. And rest my back for a little while. So here is the other side of our 3. And there's these 2. And that one. And then the other side. And we have these. It is a fun, easy decor that you can sit out anywhere and they will sit. Now my table is crooked, so it might not sit, but I've tested it. They do stand on their own. And you can display them this way, many different ways. And I am going to do the blue around this one, but I'll do it offline. You guys have a blessed and beautiful afternoon. Don't forget to sprinkle it out. check out Essential Stencil with the new bundle. These were out of the new bundle. And there's 3 bundles available, a coastal bundle, a patriotic bundle, and a summer bundle. And then they have a mega bundle that includes all 3. Use my code WK21 to save you even more at checkout. And they are available individually as well. And I did want to show you, this is my new favorite transfer. And this is what I was talking about. You see the vase down here? It just has stems. You can either use flowers from here to add to it, or you can use buttons, or you can use fabric flowers, or you can use flowers from a an actual faux flower, and just take the flowers and put them on there. All right, ladies, that was it for today. You have a beautiful, beautiful day. Have a blessed weekend, and until next time, encourage one another, pray for one another, and uplift one another. See you next time.